So there were people who went to Prince's celebration at Paisley Park in Minneapolis, and it's the usual lot of hype. There's talk about Ryan Coogler, the director from Sinners, who's hotter than Hades right now, with the Paisley, the jukebox for Prince tribute, and they're gonna be around the world in the day commemorating the 40th anniversary and probably parade. I think they're gonna probably wait till like next year with the 10th year anniversary of his departure and the parade album and all that. If they gonna do anything, but this is the thing: his fans aren't getting any younger. The ones who grew up on him, and there've been like 80s Tupac albums that didn't come out, and Tupac been gone, and they got that flood the market. Why, where, and when do you sit back on projects, especially when there was a documentary that didn't come out by Netflix, which should have came out? This up here trying to hold Prince as some kind of holier than thou and not putting it out and letting the fans have a say on it was not a good look. Missed opportunities. Humanize him as much as possible. But see, now too many hands are in it, and I don't think that would have been his wishes and his tuition at the end of the day. And I think that's a missed opportunity. Bottom line, when a guy as prolific as Prince was, you're supposed to unload that vault. You're supposed to have that vault hitting left and right. You're supposed to be hitting all these social media conglomerates, these apps, Spotify, Wi-Fi, HitFi, NewFi, all fi. All systems on deck to let the music do the talking. That's what it's supposed to be about. Because when Prince was one of those artists, it was about push play. Any artist that people had a strong fan base just want the music. They ain't got time for all the other stuff. And when you feel like putting it out. Because by the time you feel like putting it out, most of them folks are going to be in the old folks' home. And they ain't going to have no recollect. And how many times you going to keep manipulating Purple Rain or teasing a movie or something until you put it out? Or sign the Times of Name. One of the things that Prince dropped the ball on is that he missed out on the early OOs of putting the remasters because he was feuding with his company. But was he really feuding with it? He was. He was right about him, but he went back to him. But he was right about how the slave code is and the politics, which a lot of people don't talk about. Yes, they talk about how great an artist he was and his impact as a live performer and the culture, but they don't talk about the fact that the labels are a slave orientation. And why would they be holding on to material when artists aren't getting paid much anyway, except the people who run the estate? But again, you know, money's money, and they're trying to be all frugal and act all stiff and hold on to stuff when they should just let that thing out. We're talking 40-year-old music and stuff. We're not talking about 15, 10, 20 years ago. We're talking about 40 years ago. By now, you didn't market with the Purple Rain t-shirts and the